What's up, YouTube? What is up? What is up? I haven't done one of these in a while, a theory crafting video. So recently, I suck at intros. Recently, we just got the announcement that we're getting a state of play, I think on like June 2nd or 3rd. I can't remember right now. We're getting close to Summer Games Fest, and as we know, Monster Hunter Wilds is going to be getting a massive expansion announcement during the summer. They've confirmed that that was going to be a thing from the last time we've heard them. So I want to do a little theory crafting video for the game. I want to get some stuff up because, you know, I can't wait till I see the news of monsters in Monster Hunter. I'm too excited. I can't express myself. Okay, please bear with me here. Also, I haven't done one of these theory crafting videos in a while. There's also a bunch of other stuff, like with Nintendo. Apparently, there's gonna be a direct during June as well. So yeah, but if you guys want to see more theory crafting stuff, I'll be okay doing a theory crafting video for the state of play because I'll have time to do that. I want to do a theory crafting video on subspecies. So during massive expansions, during alternate versions, blah, 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 all that stuff, they always do subspecies, which is just new versions of older monsters. And when they do the massive expansions, they usually do that for monsters that were introduced in that game. So like in World, you had Pukapuki and Koropukapuki. Big examples from Wilds is that's what Fulgur Anjaneth and Ebony Odogaron is. In case anybody didn't know that by now, but you know, I'm probably speaking to children if that's the case. I think it's going to be really interesting which one's not going to make it for the subspecies list and which ones are, right? So what I'm doing is I'm doing an I want and then what a Capcom wants, right? Because what I want is different from what Capcom wants. I think I can kind of make the suggestion of what Capcom might want to do, but I want to do something different from what Capcom wants to do, right? See, for Chotacabra, that's a weird one. That is a weird one. Because I want something, right? I want something. But I don't know if that's what Capcom wants. I think he will be great as like a subspecies when he's venomous. Maybe his saliva, you know, his saliva, what's it called? Like it just like instead of like him putting rocks on his arms, maybe he can like cover his arms with like poisonous saliva, and then all of a sudden you have to like watch out for like traps of poisonous goo on the ground. I think that would be interesting. I think it would be really cool to see a poisonous type of Chotacabra. So I will put that on mine. But I'm not going to put that on a Capcom wants because I don't think Capcom wants to do that. I don't think they're going to do one for Chrometrics, and I think that's okay. I think that's the first one where I can say that neither side wants a subspecies of. Because like the question is like, what would they do for Chrometrics, right? What would they want to do? And that's like out of the question. I don't think they're going to want to do anything. I don't think they're going to want to do anything. It's a really like a nothing burger of a monster. Like he's just really there just to introduce you to like status effects. He was like that status effects teaching monster. So I can't really see him like getting any subspecies. Neither do I want him getting any subspecies. So that's definitely something that I'll say is a no-go for me. And I think it's a no-go from Capcom as well. Now, Lollabarina is a different story. Lollabarina is interesting. I think I do want one. It's just how would they do one, right? I think that is something that they are going to do. I think this is the first one that I can look at and go, yeah, I think this is going to be a subspecies Capcom will do. I think this is going to be the first one that we put on the list for Capcom.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
I did it again, motherfuckers. It's for that same reason of what do they do to make it a subspecies? Like, what do they do differently? Lollabarina's whole thing is that it covers the whole field with like its flora. I forgot what it's called. It has a specific name. I forget what it's called. And it like paralyzes you. So the easiest answer is that they just make you do sleep, and we do need sleep monsters. That's definitely something that we don't have a lot of. So like, what do we do then? I think the coolest thing is like you try to flip it. So like it's no longer like a zoner, right? It's not setting up traps around the area. It's more like just full on attacking. Design wise, I think it's very simple. They just do like a black rose. They just do a black rose. That one makes the most sense. That one makes perfect sense. They do like a black rose, and then the white parts are maybe like red, right? And then you can make it like crimson Lollabrina, make it that name or something, right? That's like the first thing that comes to my mind. But then I can't think of something that works for its status, like what status element it's gonna get. Maybe it'll do like bleed. Maybe it's like a really sharp like Lollabrina that can't produce flora, so it relies on like its legs and its spikes to cause bleed effects, you know? Or maybe they make it like dragon element. That would be cool to compensate for the black rose, but I don't see that happening, right? That's probably why they're doing it. And what's making me think why they're doing it, right? Is the fact of they want to figure out how to do it. They want to figure out how to make it different. They always try doing this with monsters. You see that with like, I honestly think Aurora Somnicanth was one of these monsters where they're like, oh yeah, the base version is so good, but how hard would it be to make a subspecies versions of it? You know, I feel like that's something that just goes through their head. And I feel like Lollabrina is that monster for wilds, where they're kind of just looking at there like, we have to make one because how are we gonna do it, right? That's like the thing that comes to my mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, Lollabrina will most likely be getting one. I have no idea what to think about it other than the design. I feel very certain that it's gonna have like a black rose theme. That's the only thing I can really say. Doshagama is very easy. Doshagama is very easy. It already has a guardian species. It's not getting anything else. I feel like that's we can all agree on that. Like, it already has basically its own subspecies, so I feel like that's fine. I think Balahara is going to be the same way. I think it's going to be the same way where it's not going to get anything, which does kind of suck. I honestly thought Balahara was going to be the least hunted monster, like the least favorite, and not Rumpopolo. I'm going to be very honest with that. And I was very surprised at the fact that it was Rumpopolo, because I like Rumpopolo. I like Rumpopolo's design. The freaky ass monster. You know, I like those monsters. Like, they look all weird and horrid. They're not supposed to look like badass and cool. They just look very gross, right? And very terrifying. And that's what Rumpopolo is. I was very confused to see the fact that Balahara was not at the bottom of the list, because no one really remembers this fight, which could warrant it to get a subspecies, which is why I'm kind of conflicted. Right? That's the other thing of getting subspecies. They want to like try again, right? With the monster. It's, oh, this one will be hard to make, and oh, this one has to get it so it can get the love it deserves, right? The thing is like, you can also put it like a new area. That's like another way to do subspecies. I don't think they're going to do that with Lollabrina. Maybe they could do that with Chotacabra, where like they put him in like the Scarlet Forest, and then like what's what he eats that gives him venomous saliva. Maybe that could be cool. Balahara's really only place would be the Ice Shark Cliffs and the Oiwo Basin. Oiwo Basin's not going to be that, because I have another idea for a different Leviathan. I don't know where to put it. So I'm thinking I'm just going to keep it off, because I don't know where the head at is with this specific monster. This is the hardest monster we're going to do. This is absolutely the hardest monster we're going to do, because I don't know where my head's at, and I don't know where Capcom's head is at. Rumpopolo. Alright. The least hunted monster. This one's a little hard, because it makes me feel like that the 10-star version that I got isn't gonna, like, it makes it, like, not get a subspecies. But then I also think that's, like, a dumb idea. Like, that's a dumb decision, right? Like, a reason not to give it a subspecies. Because I feel like this one just screams subspecies potential, right? I feel like the easiest thing is sleep gas. I feel like that's the easiest thing to think about. So... And once again, we need sleep monsters. We do need sleep monsters. So I feel like that's like a given. Is like, it's just automatically sleep monster. Where does it go? Like, where does it fit? Does it stay in the Oiwo Basin, or is it somewhere else, right? I'm gonna go ahead and say, yes, I want it. And I think Capcom wants to do it too. I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Sleep gas is the easiest thing. Maybe they could do a different status effect. Maybe they can do a whole new one. They're probably not going to do a whole new one. But, you know, like a rare one, like Mephisto's confusion effect, right? That could be cool. You know, I would like that status effect used more in hunts. But still, I would like Rumpopolo to get one. I feel like it deserves it, right? I feel like it deserves it. And that was kind of like my reasoning with Balahara, right? It's so forgotten that it just kind of deserves it. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't want Balahara to get one. I don't think they're going to want to do Balahara one because they have other ideas for subspecies that it's just going to overlap with each other. So that's like why Balahara isn't going to get one, or at least I believe it's not going to get one. I feel like Rompopolo can still find one, right? Can still have the chance to get one. I hope so, though. I really do hope so. I really do hope so because I feel like he deserves it. Does Hirabami deserve one? I feel like I don't want it because I don't like this fight either. This one sucks because I do think this is my least favorite monster in the game. I will say that. This is in fact my least favorite monster in the game. I don't want one. I want him to die in a fire. I hate fighting these things in the air and then it trying to like stick you on the ground. Like I hate it so much. They're probably going to do one because they know people want more of the herd species, and Hirabami is one of those herd species. So they're probably going to do it so they can like get another one, right? Just throw another one in there, kind of low effort, subspecies versions, whatever, right? What do they do? Like, what do they do for Hirabami? The only thing that makes sense is that you throw Hirabami in the oil well basin. He's probably going to get one. I think Capcom are thinking about giving him one. They're probably going to throw him in the oil well basin. It's the easiest thing, unless they do in the Windward Plains, which I don't really think that's going to happen. Like, I don't think he's going to be on the Rocky Pillars. I don't really see that happening. I think it's in the oil well basin. Maybe they could do something different where it's not like trapping you and it's more on the offense. And it does Blast Blight. And it does like ripples of explosion. Why do I like that idea? But yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I'm going to say yes to Capcom wanting to do a Hirabami subspecies. I am not agreeing with it though. I don't know if I spelled that right. I don't even care. And now time for the best monkey boy. This one's getting a subspecies automatically. This was one of the most fan favorite monsters when it was announced and when people played it, right? And fought this monster. This was one of the fan favorite monsters. He's 100% getting a subspecies. There is no question asked he's getting a subspecies. Like, he has to. He has to get a subspecies. He's literally top 3. I do have an idea for it, though. And I really, really like my idea for it. I think they're going to put him in the Windward Plains. I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to put him in the Windward Plains. And they're going to make it to where instead of producing heat to heat up its shell, he's going to, like, produce a spark of electricity. And he's gonna like cover himself in the same gemstone that Ray Dow does, and then now all of a sudden he has like this armor. Instead of having like from defense to offense, he's gonna have like offense to defense type of strategy. Watch it be that. Watch I be right and I get all this right and I act like a wizard. Okay, I swear to God. I hope I'm a wizard. I really hope I'm true. I really like that idea. I really like that idea for Jarkon. Zhu Wu. Who said it? Who said it? Who said it? I originally had an idea for Zhu Wu. I love Zhu Wu's design. I do like it more than New Udra. I don't. Its fight is definitely not better than New Udra. New Udra is definitely the better fight, right? And everything. Better fight, better armor, better weapons, all that stuff, right? He's the better version. How do we make Zhu Wu more recognizable and more beloved, right? How do we make its subspecies better? Because I absolutely do think it's getting a subspecies, and I do think Capcom are going to do it. My original idea was that they were going to throw him in the Ice Shark Cliffs again. Once again, icy monsters. I want that more. I want more monsters that actually inflict Ice Blight. And maybe instead he's like all frozen and stuff, and he produces like ice crystals, and then like all the stuff exposed on the ground. I thought that would be cool, right? It would also allow it to where New Udra doesn't have to go onto the Ice Shark Cliffs, right? In case if like that's what they want to do with its subspecies. But then I saw something. I forgot who made it. Okay, here we go. This is the idea. This is the idea. NS Harbinger. Remember, my original idea was Ice Shark Cliff, stuff like that. I like their idea more. I think their idea is perfect for this monster, right? I've always seen Zhu Wu as a creature with huge appetite that will prey on almost anything, even attacking guardian monsters that are much larger than itself. So my idea is to turn it into an invasive species similar to Deviljho, one that roams across different regions and hunts anything it encounters. I think giving it the dragon element would fit well since that element often makes monsters more aggressive or unstable, like Ebony Organ or Savage Deviljho. He's basically saying, yeah, exactly that. Like, he wants Savage Deviljho, Ebony Odogaron. I think that is perfect. Giving Zuwu a variant version like that would be absolutely perfect. I can't believe I didn't think of that. His entire thing that he eats guardian monsters, and he's like a very starving monster, right? His appetite is so profound into its design and its like literal lore. I can't believe I didn't think they would just do that. He even explains like, why does Zuwu have the dragon element? Because it has fed on Guardian Ebony Odogaron so much that it's developed the dragon element powers. That makes sense. That does absolutely make sense because we do see it eating an Ebony Odogaron in its intro cutscene. It would make absolutely sense for Zuwu to get that element from it. I think it would be cool, right? I think it would be cool if it's called a variant and it's just like this very malice, angry version of Zuwu, very rampagey and stuff. And it goes around and it starts just devouring monsters in different locales as this like scavenger. What did he call it again? I forget the word. Invasive species. Like it's its own invasion species. I love this idea. I saw it. It gave me the idea to do this whole video on what I want and what Capcom wants in this subspecies. So you can give them a shout out for that because it's completely on them. Let's get this straight with the apexes. Okay, we're gonna get this straight. One of them isn't getting anything. Two of them are getting subspecies. I think one of them is getting a variant. They're not gonna do something for Jintahad. They're not because Jintahad has its own like thing that makes it stand out from the other apexes. It has its own zone to fight in. It's like a pseudo siege fight and everything, right? You basically are just going toe to toe with this thing in its own area, in its own nest. While for Raidal, Ufduna, and Nuudra, they're just in the map, right? Already that, it already has something special with it, and I don't see it even getting like a variant or anything. I don't see it getting a variant in title updates. I don't see it getting subspecies or anything in the base massive expansion, right? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see them doing something with Jintahad. I think Jintahad is just not going to get anything. Because what would they do? Just slap it in the Oil Basin where Gogmazios is? That would kind of feel a little lazy. I think Ufduna is going to get one of the subspecies ones. I said it back with Balahara, why I don't think Balahara is going to get a single subspecies. Like, I don't think it's going to get one, and I don't think Capcom wants it to do one. I think it's because Ufduna is going to go in the Oil Basin. I think that's what they're going to do. It's going to belly flop on the lava, and it's going to be a lot more attack associated with it, right? Because in Scarlet Forest, it's doing the waves to push you back, right? It's not really doing damage. Maybe that's how they make it different. Like, it goes into the lava, and now you have to worry about the lava moving around. I think that would be perfect. I think that's the one that makes the most sense. The question is, which one gets the variant? Is it Nuudra or is it Raidal? I can honestly see both of them getting a variant. Like, but I only think one of them will have the chance of getting a variant, and the other one's going to get a subspecies. And that comes down to which one doesn't seem like getting a subspecies, right? Which one seems like more of a subspecies than a variant, and which one looks like more of a variant than a subspecies. It's a very difficult choice to make, right? Because they're both very beloved monsters that people would like from this game. Like, Raidal's theme is beloved automatically. Everybody loves it. But when it comes down to variants and subspecies, which one's going to get it? Nuudra or Raidal? I'm going to go with Raidal's getting the variant, and Nuudra's going to get the subspecies. I think that's what's going to happen, right? I think Raidal's going to get something where it's like completely malice by like the gemstones, right? And it's just like covering its body, and it's like it's embedded in its scales where it's like it's locking in there, and he's like in constant pain. I think that would be something really, really cool. I love monsters in constant pain, like Chaotic Gormagata. I think that's awesome. Nuudra is the hardest one, right? Nuudra is the hardest one, because if we're saying Raidal is getting a variant, then it's not going to go to the Windward Plains, right? It's not going to go to the Windward Plains. Ufduna's already going to the Oil Basin. So it either has to go to the Ice Shard Cliffs or the Scarlet Forest. They could do the thing where they just flip him, right? And then they still give Jintahad the idea of like, oh, he still has the Ice Shard Cliffs, so he still has that special thing about it, right? That could be the case. I could see them doing that, where Nuudra goes to the Scarlet Forest, but like, what does he do? Like, what makes him different? I think the easiest answer is that it's going to the Ice Shard Cliffs, and it's just flipping the fire and ice thing. I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's what they're going to do. It's the easiest answer to all of this, right? Like, it's going to go there, and instead of igniting its oil on fire, it's going to freeze it, and you're going to have to deal with, like, icicles and stuff. And once again, it'll be cool. Like I said earlier, and like I've said multiple times, I want more Ice Blight monsters. I don't want monsters that, like, make you stuck to the ground, whatever that element's called. That's not Ice Blight. I want more Ice Blight monsters than fucking Blinganga. For the love of God, can we not make Blinganga the only Ice Blight monster, please? For the love of God. What do they do with Arc Mode? Right? It's gonna get... I feel like it's variant. I feel like that's what the Arch-Tempered version feels like. It feels like a variant, where it's the Guardian and then the regular Arc Mode combined together. That makes the perfect sense, right? The thing is, it's like the 10-star monster already feels like that. So I'm not quite sure. I want one. I feel like that's what should have been Arch-Tempered Arc Mode to begin with. Because that's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like a Arch-Tempered monster. It doesn't. It literally feels like a variant. Like, that's what it is. It has its own theme. It has brand new attacks. It's combining both Guardian and regular. It's perfect, right? It feels perfect. So I'm going to go with... I do want one. I do want one. I also think it's going to be a variant, but I don't think they're going to do it because of the fact of the Arch-Tempered. I do like this list, right? It's a very different list. There's some monsters here that I don't want to happen. There's some monsters on here that Capcom want to happen. I feel like all these are right for Capcom, right? Lalabarina, Rompopolo, Hirobami, Jarka, Zuwu, Ufduna, Ray Dao, New Uja. I do think that they're going to want to do something for all of them. I would love one for Chotacabra. I feel like he just deserves one. He's so lovable. And I feel like it's a cool idea, making him venomous and then having it play differently, like he's actually setting up poisonous traps on the ground. I feel like that'd be cool. These guys are going to be the hardest ones to predict. The Apexes. They're absolutely going to be the hardest ones to predict. But I think I'm very close. Nevertheless, I'm looking very forward to this. I don't know when they're going to announce it. They could announce it at the State of Play, or they can do it at Summer Games Fest. My bet is at Summer Games Fest. I think they're going to do it at Summer Games Fest. I don't think they're going to do it at the State of Play. I think they're going to do it at Summer Games Fest when a lot more people are watching, right? I think that's what they're going to do. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see at Summer Games Fest. I think that's it. That we're just going to have to wait and see. They're obviously not going to announce Subspecies, but it's good to have a little fun and have a little theory crafting.